we won a 237A1H waiver in the Miami Immigration Court today, this morning, from my chair in San Diego. It's a great feeling, and I'm happy I didn't have to fly to Miami. What a world we live in. And yesterday I did a master calendar hearing in Boston from my chair in San Diego. All I had to do was wake up at 4 a.m. But
welcome to my world.
right, well, yeah,
it gets easier the more you do
it. I don't know how you do that. I was useless for the rest of the day. I need my sleep.
You gotta go sleep early, and by the afternoon-ish. It's like it's me right now. I could do a podcast where you're doing all the brain work, and I'm just kind of like just listening. How often
Delegation.
do you deal with 237A1H?
Oh, that's right. You wrote a whole book on 237A1H, didn't you?
Unpublished draft book that's got
unpublished draft book.
Yeah.
Not so often. It's essentially the marriage fraud waiver, right? I mean, there aren't many other circumstances where you're in a 237A1H world, but we got a few cases on it. Scary stuff though, because I do think that you have to, as you wrote the unpublished book, but you have to have otherwise been admissible, but for that fraud, as you know. And I think a good DHS attorney could maybe make a pretty good argument about why many people weren't otherwise inadmissible. Figure out some reason, if they did something else before they got to America, they have some conviction that's a CIMT.
Yeah.
If their marriage, is something going on with the marriage. I mean, it's a bit scary because it's a really favorable waiver, as you know, but like very narrow circumstances where it can be applied.
Yeah. It's pretty wild though. You just pick up where you left off, and your green card's valid as it was, and you file for Nats. So it's like, oh wow, this is like a crazy.
You can Nats right away, right? That's how I did it.
Yeah.
So the 5 years have been running on my guy for 15 years. It's just took forever to resolve.
What I find is like USCIS won't even NTA these cases too at the same time, which puts you in a weird. When it doesn't happen, is like I want to go to court to get the because if you have a good case, like well let's do it, just get out of the way. And you're not getting the NTA. And they've said you can't do that system of filing a fake asylum claim. That's considered like malpractice now. There's some court decision on that. It's a funky place to be if you get stuck in that. But it's a very interesting statute.
I feel very strongly that you shouldn't be filing false asylum applications to get removal. The Second Circuit just tore into a attorney in New York last week on it. But I mean, first of all, if you're gonna do it like they did it in the Second Circuit decision, like at least put on a cancellation case once you're in court. Like according to the second, the guy asked 4 questions on direct. Like you're gonna put your client up in into the lion's den, and then like I don't know.
I hear you. It's always a messy maneuver to do. I mean, I never
again. To be clear, because we're getting recorded, it's not just messy; it's like unethical and possibly illegal. Not what
there was a nice circuit. Someone said, "Don't do." There was a 6-9 months ago. They said, "Yeah, you can't be doing this. Like, shouldn't do this." Like, there's a case on it.
If you get it right, you get a frivolous aside, and putting aside the ethical stuff. Like, if you get a frivolous, first of all, 42B cancellation is very difficult to get. But if you get a frivolous asylum finding, which is a very easy thing, I would think, to make when you just withdraw that asylum application and then apply for cancellation, you're barred from everything forever. It's crazy to play that game.
Sure. I mean, there's a myriad of people in the 2000s who fell foul of the notarios and some lawyers. It's like, let's get you a work permit.
In LA.
Once in a while, yeah.
In LA, where you are.
Yeah, big that these pop up from like, you have a great case. They're your child's a parent of U.S. citizen case. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, you filed asylum in 2000? Yeah, the guy said get work permits. I'm like, oh no, that's terrible. And then we have NTAs that they didn't know about. Just a mess. But good to see you, Kevin. I appreciate it, bro.
Until next time.